Good morning. I would like to welcome you to my little garden. I've been wanting to do this for a long time and I don't really know why I've been waiting. So I just thought, you know what? I'm just gonna make a video, I'm gonna post it, gonna be whatever. Anybody that knows me personally, I have dreamt of being a homesteader, being home, raising my children, raising my food, raising my life, whatever. For as long as I can remember. And this year I finally decided to stop waiting for life to be perfect for it to happen and just make it happen. I have had gardens in the past at our old house, but it was basically my brother-in-law would come until we would plant stuff, and then the weeds would take over because I worked so much back then, and then we would just kind of pluck. There was really no thought or care put into it. Not like I want to do now. Not intention. So this year, I was trying to be a little more intentional, trying to not overthink things, trying to keep it simple, do things that I knew that we would eat. I guess like staples. I still did get carried away, I think. I've already actually pulled a few things out of the garden that I've decided aren't working for me. So I'm gonna give you a little tour and kind of show you what we have going on, and I would love some feedback from maybe some seasoned homesteaders because I know that there's some things going array in here. So I'm gonna give you guys a little tour. Here I have all of these tomatoes. I mean, to me it seems like a lot. I know probably to experienced people, and I do know now that I have them look at way too close together. Look, I'm starting to get a little tomato, and I don't even remember. I didn't make a chart like I said I was going to. I really kind of wish I would have. I'd have them tied to the trellises. Oh, maybe this one needs to be tied up still. Nope, he's tied up down there, but I'll probably tie him up again up here. I do have him tied to this hog panel trellis. Yesterday, before the rain came, I actually had a couple cabbages here, and then I had some beets back there, 3 whole beets. I was so excited that I pulled those. So I decided to pull those cabbages because they weren't working out. It wasn't something I was planning on putting in. Also, these artichoke I wasn't planning to put in. I really want to pull them, but I kind of want to leave them because my husband loves artichoke, and I figure, you know, if they survive, then that'll be great. But I did Google that you can move even flowering and fruit bearing tomato plants. So I started to move them. I moved this one over here, and then there's a whole bunch of dirt here. So, but yeah, it's just a big cluster in here, and I don't know. So that's the tomatoes, and these are so tiny still. So I think if I space them out a little better, they might pick up pace. The pumpkins, they're taking over our lives. So I'm actually, oh, look at that flower in there. That's so cool. I thought they would have all this space to grow. I didn't realize they would get so big. And then we decided last minute to kind of take this old bookshelf and make it a garden bed for the kids to have a space of their own. So they have some spaghetti squash, some butternut squash, some watermelon, which is probably more their love language. I don't know about Matthias. He doesn't really eat anything. And then some corn on the cob, which I know he will eat. So that's super fun. And then something got a hold of this, and it's already been broken, but I'm hoping, just trying to attract some butterflies. This area here I'm trying to make more for, you know, attracting butterflies and pollinators. This is a blueberry bush. I have not put it in the ground yet. I'm not sure where I want to put it, but look, it's already getting blueberries. So I may even look in to see if I can keep that in a pot this year until I figure out placement. The kids have, during one of our homeschool units, we did plants, and the wildflowers, I just sprinkled a bunch of seed, but, oh, well, hello, little pollinators. This one's Matthias's. He's so proud of it. And then this one over here is Emma's. So those are fun. And this is, I put all my herbs in pots this year because I wanted to see wasn't sure how they were gonna do. My lavender, this lavender is doing so beautifully. Like, I just love it. I think I have a different couple basils in here. These, from what I watched last night, I need to start plucking these. She said, find where two leaves meet or cross from each other, and you just pluck those little things off. And you can use them. I'm just gonna stick them back in there. But yeah, so we have some oregano, some basil, I think. I have to keep the tags in because I can't remember. Yep, this is sweet basil. And I think this is, I think that was a basil too. This is some mint, some cilantro, we have some chives, some parsley. I have more lavender, some sage, and then some dill. And I think I let the dill go too far. So yeah, so the plan, let me take you on a little tour here. This is my compost bin. It's a mess. These are some raspberry bushes that a sweet lady gave me. They look rough. I'm really hoping that they just go to seed and come back next year beautifully. I'm not sure. This was gonna be like the 6-week compost pile, but it's not working for me. So I just keep adding stuff, and probably at the end of the season, I'll just mix it into the soil and call it a day. Working on fencing in the area. If you can see, we have the snow fencing. It's taking up all this space that I can use. This spot gets a little more shade because of the apple tree, which we actually considered taking down because they're so ill managed. They haven't been properly cared for in probably 20 years, and it would take longer to properly trim them back than it would to just plant new and start gaining new fruit. So the chicken run is there, and I'm just gonna, there's actually a door. You can see the door right there. That will lead right from the garden, so that I do let the chickens free range sometimes, but I think I'll eventually like open that door at the end of the season and let them come out and kind of do their magic. I'm still learning about all of that. So yeah, I have some space in here. I really want to like path it. But this is the end of my, I'm not allowed to go any further than this because husband has plans for a barn over there. So on this side I have yellow squash that are starting to take off. These leaves are like, it's ridiculous. I didn't really allow for enough space, I don't think, for my vining type of stuff. But look at all those little babies coming. They're soon going to take over my little tiny bush bean plant. I have actually harvested probably a dozen beans or so off of this. I just harvested some last night when I was out here. Whoops, I guess it would be helpful if you could see. So next year, for note taking, I will definitely do something more like a pole bean so that I can grow up and get more use out of it. Peas also weren't something I was planning on, but I have them. So, oh look, here comes one. So that'll be fun. We do like peas. I don't know that I'll be preserving them this year. I'm not sure what's going on this leaf. We do have a couple pepper plants. I think I just have one green bell pepper and a habanero, maybe a jalapeno. Let me see what, yeah, this is just a green bell, habanero, and a jalapeno. I originally didn't get enough peppers, so that's why we got that. These are, I just actually planted these last week. These are some sweet potatoes. I just figured, you know, what the heck, let's give it a try. We eat a lot of sweet potatoes. These are our cucumbers. They're surprisingly, like, this stem looks dead, but this keeps growing. These are the pickling cucumbers, I think, yeah. And then I did plant a couple more last week, but I don't think they're gonna make it, but that's fine. And then these are just our regular cucumbers. And they're starting to get some flowers, so that's probably a good thing, right? Pumpkins, yeah. Give yourself a lot of room for pumpkins. I didn't know this was going to happen. I mean, I guess I did. I planted them on the end thinking they would have all this space, but then last minute we decided to add this. It's just an old shelf that I had at my studio, and we decided to add it for the kids to have their own garden space. So we have some corn in here, but it's already like, I'm actually gonna look into seeing if I can trim away some of these leaves. So they have some corn and some watermelon, which I know will grow big over this way. And then we had them put in some butternut squash and some spaghetti squash. So yeah, that's my uncaffeinated garden tour. I haven't had much coffee yet this morning. I'm still just trying to get the chores done out here before the kids come today. Just because it's gonna rain. Usually I try to wait until at least some of them get here and do them with them, but I don't know with the rain forecast this week. I just have to find pockets of time when it's not raining and get out here and do some stuff. And I just thought it'd be a good time to start documenting our journey in our new garden and our homestead. And I would love for you to join us. So, you know, as they say on good old YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. That would really help me. I would love any tips, tricks, feedback, any of that. So hope everybody has a great week, and we'll talk soon.